Putting those hands together here, Coach Patrick, Endurance Nation, getting ready for another weekly update. A little chilly outside today. Got a little rain. Got a little Christmas tree delivery. I hope you are enjoying this long extended weekend with your loved ones. For those of you who are not in the U.S., it's Thanksgiving weekend, which means this is the beginning of the annual tradition where people really just kind of stop doing work. And for the next 5 weeks, everybody pretends to work. And really nothing gets done until the end of the new year. And then we sort of get back into it slowly and surely. Those of you who live outside of the US who try to work with US counterparts, I feel your pain. It's super hard to get things done, but understand this is just important for all of our mental sanity. We had a great family time weekend here this whole time. We actually got down to Newport, Rhode Island. Dennis, you'll be happy to hear that we went to see the Christmas boat parade, which was a little bit lackluster, but you could show up and add some real value here for the community, showing us how it's properly done from the Mid-Atlantic region, but otherwise just a great chance to be local, hang out, and have fun. I'm going to give a shout out to some of our team athletes. We had a bunch of people. I saw Nam and Brian Hagan race Cozumel last week, and people putting up some big numbers there, suffering in the heat, it sounds like, in the wind, which is how Cozumel runs. Ralph, I see you made it out to the West Coast. Looks like you connected with your son, got some Golden Gate and some ride time in, which is fantastic. And I saw many of you on Strava, both on Turkey Day, but over this weekend as well, just getting some good work done. So kudos to all of you for putting in the work. Whether you're like Jonathan Bergman, ignoring your ankle and putting in lots of volume, or just being out to like Terry Cashmore and getting some good work done and staying consistent. I'm hear you, I see you, and I see you putting the good work, which is fantastic. We're heading into week 5 of the November OutSeason, and while the Black Friday sale, as I record this, is still going on for people who are perhaps considering the team, everyone else, you're plowing ahead and plowing forward. Whether you've just raced recently like Brian or Nam, or you're looking to race in December, we're getting ready for the new year. You got lots of options. Oh, before I forget, Rob Sabo. I saw that 2030 out there for the 5K and 400 meters at 6-minute miles. Man, ain't no slowing you down, my friend. Good to see. So I think there's a couple things I want to talk about this week from a team perspective. And I'll be talking in the second half of this video a little bit more about going long indoors on your indoor trainer. And I'll tell you why then. So in the short term, as you think about the next 5 weeks, you've really got to plan ahead. Last week, I did a video all about and post all about training logistics, about making sure that you stay true to your plan. I've been doing a lot of research on reading as well. And what's an interesting thread here between what I see with elite athletes who are successful and age groupers like the rest of us who are successful is they do 3 things really, really well. Number 1, they stay consistent, right? So nothing gets in their way. For elite athletes, obviously, they've got a lot of flexibility and a prioritization schedule that's different than most of us that puts the workouts first. We can too, also in our own small way, work to stay consistent. Consistency is your secret weapon across the board. And I see that all the time. Number 2, they always left a little bit in the tank. And I think you can do the same. It's tempting to just be like, oh, I missed a couple workouts this week. I'm just going to go super big or super hard or do something crazy. Anytime people increase their ramp rate, they increase their training load rate, you're putting yourself at risk. It's kind of like saying, I'm going to drive down the highway, but this time I'm going to roll all the windows down, close one eye, and take off my seatbelt. Yeah, you could do it. But the odds go way up that something terrible is going to happen to you. Well, maybe it doesn't for the first 15 times you do it, but I wouldn't be doing that myself. And we do it all the time with our training, where we decide to go out, rip a 5K without a warm-up, go out and do a half marathon because our friends signed up for one, or just try something different because, hey, like cross-country ski season's here, I'm going to go do a 6-hour cross-country ski, even though I'm not ready, and like torture glutes, which impacts your run form and leads to a problem. So yes, getting old sucks, but it doesn't mean you have to be dumb about it as well. So be really smart and just think instead, how do I leave a little bit on the table every single day? And then make sure that I can always get back at it tomorrow. Again, a secret to consistency. And then the third and final part of it as well, is just being able to play the long game. We talk about this here in our Masters Athletes Protocol all the time, which is saying that we're here for the long game. So we want to be successful in July, August, September of next year, but it's November, December this year. How do you go about it? You set those targets out there, you set those goals, and you anchor on them and you work towards them, understanding that we're taking lots of all the little steps that add up to make something be successful. Yes, we evaluate every week. We evaluate every month, sort of as our increments to make sure that we're on the right track. And I want you to do that as well. But I just want you to keep in mind that the work you're doing now is what is setting you up for success later. We don't have to demonstrate or show off that success now. Remember, race day cares about execution, not fitness. And there's a lot you can do now to build fitness to make yourself stronger. You still have to execute that fitness really well. That means staying healthy, right? Get a flu shot, take care of yourself. It means staying dry and warm whenever possible, so making right gear choices as well. It means avoiding situations where you could be put at risk, like cutting your sleep, or just like, I don't know, like hanging out with your in-laws when you know everybody's super sick. Things like that, just being really smart. So I guess the moral of today's video for all of you listening out there is just simple as this, which is just be smart, make smart choices, connect the dots, allow yourself to rest when you need to rest, do the work when you can work, and don't be greedy. I think if I had to sum it all up in a quick phrase, if I had to put it on a billboard there for everybody, it says, don't be greedy. You can be consistent, you can be smart, you can do incredible things, just step by step. All right, amazing. Thanks, everyone. All right, it's time for me to turn over to the official video for the week. If you're ready, I'm ready. I'm super excited for it. So it's week 5 of your out-season program across 14 weeks. You know what that means, folks. It's time to test, but we also do a little bit of volume as well. So I'm excited to talk to you a little bit about the volume. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's do this. So the long indoor ride. It's the moment in the out-season when we stop pretending that winter doesn't exist and we just embrace the fact that, yeah, we're going to be on a bike in a small room, sweating like we're trying to pay off some massive debt, right? I've done a lot of these workouts all the time, from virtual indoor Everesting to just long rides during the week. And I always remember it's going to be easy, right? And it's always harder than the last time I remember. And then I'm like, that's right. I messed up a ton of things. And generally it's because I get put into a place where I'm trying to do things in a way that is outside of my wheelhouse, outside of my current zone. So what I'm going to do for you today is take this part of the protocol that I use to make long indoor rides successful and share it with you so you can follow me along, okay? Just so you can kind of make sure that that long ride that you're going to be doing this weekend really makes the best sense for you, regardless of the platform you do it on. So the first thing you want to do is, on the day before, decide what actual ride you're going to do. Like, not something crazy. Like, just get in there and be like, what's reasonable for me? I generally recommend somewhere between 2.5 and 3 hours based on the regular winter work. But it's going to be zone 1, zone 2, and being really smart. Cap the heart rate or cap the watts, whatever you need. And then make sure that you're actually taking care of your body across the course of this duration, especially because it's been a while. So we do that by calculating what it is you're going to need. Being indoors is sneaky, right? You dehydrate faster and your brain starts to pass out sooner, right? You start getting super down, losing the IQ points. So you want to aim for 28 ounces of fluid, 60 to 90 grams of carb per hour. You want to multiply those by the total number of hours so you don't go crazy. Like, that's the actual number you need, and you're going to plan ahead for it. So write that number down. Before you do it, of course, you want to go check your setup. Make sure the bike's on the trainer, everything's tight, the connections are good. You've cleaned the chain, lubed it up, it's all ready, batteries charged, firmware updated. You got the route you want to do in Zwift, if that's your jam, or Ruby, or whatever it is. You've got the fans pointing at you and just not somewhere else. You've taken care of all the dangerous things in your vicinity, like wires hanging around or stuff like that. And you want to make sure that you've got everything you need within reach, which is really critical, which you may not need in a general ride. But this is boring, but it's important. So get yourself set up the day before. And then the night before, lay out all the stuff that you need. Get your bib shorts, and you probably need 2 or 3 pairs. And yes, you got to change them. I'm so sorry. Make sure it's quiet or dark wherever you are, right? Have a sweatband, a light top, towels everywhere, like tons of towels, right? And make sure you got something you can dry yourself off with in between repeats, which are going to be about an hour long as you do it. Set up your fuel and hydration the night before. Pre-mix your bottles 1 per hour. Get the electrolytes, all the stuff you need, right? And get a couple little bags of carbs. If it's gels, chews, bars, whatever you need, make sure you have that as well. We want to have it all out, packed. Take it down or put it down there the day before, right? Things can sometimes go wrong, and want to have a bunch of variety. So make sure it's different. This way, if you get to hour 2, you need something special, you've got it. I always have a mini can of Coke available, and I got some Swedish fish too. Just a couple little tricks of the trade to kind of keep myself going. And I'm like, I'm going to give myself a reward for doing another 10 minutes, right? Make sure everything is charged, laptop, phone, head unit, everything. Get your entertainment ready. Know what you're going to watch or read or whatever, listen to, whatever it is. Make sure you've got alarms set for every 15 minutes so you eat and drink. You haven't gone long in a while, and you always forget to do it when you're inside. The morning of, make sure you get up early enough that you can actually eat something properly. Toast, oatmeal, bagel, whatever it is, something simple, low fat. Make sure you stay hydrated, have some sports drink with that as well, as probably as hard as it is that for you to take. And maybe top things off with a little carbs before you go, and definitely some caffeine, at least for me. Get all your stuff downstairs, right, as you're eating and processing, and get it close to your bike. Don't leave it across the room. You're going to have to get off the bike and go get it later, right? Now, when you get into the ride, here we go. We started, we hit the button, go. It's not about going hard out of the beginning. It's settling in, easing into it. You got a long day ahead of you, so pace yourself, right? Get organized. Make sure you've got everything you need. Take a look around you. Everything's good to go. And then also just stay inside your zones. It's super easy to fall apart. Start sipping and drinking right away, taking your carbohydrates in as well, so make sure that you're stacking things across the course of the hour. There's no extra points for forgetting to eat and drink here indoors, right? And then every hour, get off the bike. Hit the coffee if you're on Zwift, or pause. Get down if you ideally got a yoga mat or a place to stretch. I do a couple stretches. This is the time you want to change your bib shorts as well. Stretch out, wipe your face down, etc. Change sweatbands. if you need to, whatever it is for yourself, stretch out. Especially for me, the arms and the upper back get super tight. So I try to do a couple pieces to stretch out here. Now's a chance to recharge a video or take a bathroom break, whatever it is. And then you use this break, this natural chunk of an hour, to refocus again and say, oh, I've got to just do another one of that again. And I've got new bibs on, new food, perhaps, whatever it is you need, right? And the math gets better when you take a 3-hour ride and make it into 3 1-hours, right? And when the mood dips, when you start losing energy, because you're going to, that's when you go back to the Swedish fish or the Coke that you need. This isn't about strategy or like great fuel. It's about keeping you going on the bike. We're trying to break through mentally to get to the next step. And it's okay to bribe yourself just so you want to do it. Like, that's the way we get to that next level. Like, a long indoor ride isn't about proving that you're tough. Like, we already know you are. You're doing this work. It's because it's easy to fall out of practice with doing this stuff in season into relative to the winter training. So we got to lock in and get it done. When I think about being successful in the winter, a large portion of it is just finding whatever it takes for me to get across that finish line for work. I set targets for myself on a weekly basis in terms of distance and time. I set a training plan for myself. I build adequate rest in, all combined inside your out-season program here inside November OutSeason. But more importantly, it's just making sure that I get the work done. And there's a million reasons why doing indoor work is not fun and not exciting. But it's not about the indoor work that actually sets you apart. It's the consistency. And the highlight of the indoor training is that it's very easy to execute. No matter what it looks like outside of the rain and the temperatures, I can always get on my indoor bike. I can always find a route, and I can always find friends training online, whether it's using Discord to talk to the team on Saturday, or whether it's just using Zwift and just doing the chat app as well. It's all there. Or I can just call someone on the phone while I'm on the bike. People love to hear from you, even if it's a Saturday, just to keep yourself going. Whatever it takes to keep going is really important, because even though 2 hours right now may seem like a marathon mentally for you, that means the next time you come back here, you can do 2.5 or 3 hours because you just did 2, right? And if we actually remove the part of our brain that forgets what it's like to go long, forgets how to fuel, and you do better jobs and you understand and you learn faster from what happens to you and you do the longer rides, it informs your shorter rides over the next block. You make better decisions going forward. And when you head into the next season, you've never really missed a beat in terms of what it means to fuel yourself properly or make smart decisions. Your body composition's in check. You put in some longer work. You've deserved and earned a great day off the next day. And life is good, my friend. So do a little bit of work, put a little extra stress in the system, keep the intensity low so we get total accumulated stress and nothing really super acute. If you have a chance to be outside, go for it, but don't go nuts. Remember, people are not generally looking for cyclists and runners out on the open road in November, December, or January, no matter where you live in the United States of America. So thanks everyone for listening in. Best of luck to you at the end of this week 5. Of course, you're going to test and crush it. I know you are. I can't even talk about it because I know you got it, but I want to make sure that you get in that volume stuff this weekend. So plan ahead, plan accordingly, fuel properly, and I look forward to see those numbers come across the screen here as I check in on your Strava. Thanks everyone. Have another fantastic early winter week. I'll talk to you next week.